The moment I realized my own home was no longer mine, my mother was standing in the kitchen with her arms folded like she had rehearsed it. The smell of pot roast filled the house. Candles were lit. Plates were already set on the table like this was some happy family dinner. But nobody was smiling except Ron. He leaned back in his chair slowly, one arm hanging over the side, like he already owned the place. I stood near the doorway, holding my purse, confused. What's going on? My mother gave me a small, cold smile. Sat down near me. That smile made my stomach tighten. Derek was there too. His three kids were crowded around the table, laughing loudly, touching everything. One of them was already using my tablet. I looked at my brother. Why are they here? Nobody answered right away. Then my mother finally said it. Derek and the children are moving in permanently. I laughed, not because it was funny, because my brain refused to process what she had just said. What? You heard me? She said calmly, and you need to be out by the weekend. The room went silent except for the clink of Ron fork against his plate. I stared at her. I pay every bill in this house. Know me. No, seriously? The mortgage, the electricity, your prescription, the roof repair last winter, Ron truck transmission, direct daycare payment. I miss promotion working double shift to keep this place standing. Ron leaned forward in his chair with a summoned little grin. And my mother just shrugged. You act like helping your family about your ownership. That one sentence hit harder than a slap. I looked at her like I did not even know who she was anymore. Then she said the word that broke something inside me. Parasite. The next morning, I woke up the 53 missed call. This was when I knew this was bigger than a Creole dinner conversation. And to understand how it got this bad, you have to go back 3 years earlier. 3 years earlier, my life was small, quiet, and finally starting to feel stable. I had a tiny apartment with crack, kitchen, tiles, and a window that looked directly into another building, but it was mine. Every Friday night, I sat at the same little table with my laptop, moving money into saving account and planning for the future. I even had a side dream of starting a small financial planning business one day. Then my father died, and everything split into before and after. My mother said she could not manage the house alone. Tarek was already drawing in debt. The kids needed stability, so I packed my apartment into boxes, moved back home, and told myself it was temporary. At first, I ignored the warning sign. The private phone calls that stopped when I entered the room. The extra mattresses delivered on Tuesday afternoon. Winter clothes packed into tape storage box lining the garage wall. Then one night, while fixing the printer, I found the email thread. Just make sure Nami out before we get there. I read it 3 times. My hands actually went cold. Now if I leave before, like the decision had already been made months ago. That was the night I called Sophie. Sophie was a lawyer I knew from work, and after 20 minutes on the phone, she changed everything. You are not powerless, Naomi, she said. You are a legal tenant with documented financial contribution. They cannot erase you because they suddenly feel like it. She gave me language. She gave me posture. She gave me option. After that, everything became quite strategy. New bank account, printed receipt, screenshot backup twice, small load back into my trunk after work. Ate agreeable, smile at dinner, book locksmith, transfer utility bills, forward mail, cancel share code, and every night, while my family planned my exit behind closed door, I planned mine better. I answered the 53rd missed call while sitting in a grocery store parking lot. Derek was screaming before I even said hello. Where are you? The lock changed. I drove back slowly, and when I turned into the street, I almost laughed from the shock of it. Suitcase, steak on the porch, three exhausted kids sitting on the front steps, Derek passing across the lawn with his hands in his hair. Ron at the front door violently, jiggling at handle that they no longer open, and two neighbors standing in their yards, pretending not to watch. My mother looks smaller somehow, not angry, not powerful, just stagnant. I stop it out my car calmly and held up folder. Ron stormed toward me first. You had no right, no right, I said softly. That phrase made me laugh out loud in my empty kitchen. Nobody spoke. I opened the folder, receipt, bank statement, repair invoices, utility transfer, signed legal notice. Every dollar I spent keeping the house alive was documented. Derek stared at the paper like they were writing in another language. Then I said the line I had practiced in my head for a week. This is not extortion. This is accounting. The neighbor definitely stopped pretending after that. In the end, nobody transferred into a better person. Derek still bounds between bad decisions. Ron disappeared the second money stopped flowing. My mother called less and less each month until eventually there was mostly silence. As for me, I got promoted 6 months later, started my financial planning business on weekends, slept through the night for the first time in years. I still saw my mother once at a pharmacy. We nodded at each other like strangers who shared a history neither one knew how to carry. Because healing is not amnesia. Love should never require you to despair.